Hi guys, this is Mike with Catching Z's Outdoors. In today's episode, we're going to be trying to use live sand eels to catch bigger striped bass. We're planning on going out to the Elizabethan Islands. Tomorrow morning's weather is supposed to be pretty calm, so it should be a pretty quick trip out there, and hopefully we're not bouncing around too much on the boat. So in order to live line eels, I have to get some gear set up prior to actually going out. And the setup we're going to be using is fluorocarbon line, and on one end we're going to use a barrel swivel, and the other end we're going to be using a circle hook. Now in Massachusetts this year, they changed the law so that anytime that you're using live bait, you need to use a circle hook, and I'll tell you exactly why. So these are circle hooks here. If you notice, the point of the hook is actually curved in closer to the shank. Now when you're live lining bait, a lot of times you really want to let the fish swallow the whole bait before you go and try to set the hook. But by doing that, you're with a normal hook, a J hook, when you go to set the hook, and the fish has swallowed your bait, you're setting the hook and digging into their real insides, into the guts. And the issue with that is in Massachusetts now that they also have the slot law for keeping fish. So you can only keep fish between 28 inches and 35 inches. So again, we're going for bigger fish. And the potential is if you catch something more than 35 and you gut hook it, it doesn't have a very good chance of surviving. So everybody needs to switch to the circle hooks here. In front of you, we have the Gamakatsu 6/0 octopus circle hooks here. And what they do is, instead of when you set the hook, instead of hooking it in the guts, having the point curved back towards the shank of the hook, it slides up its back up its stomach, and then it really catches on the corner of the fish's mouth, which is really where you want to be hooking fish anyways. When you're using lures, that's 9 times out of 10 where you're hooking them, so why should it be any different when you're using live bait? So in order to set up our rig here, I'll get out a hook. We're going to be using, again, fluorocarbon. In front of you, I've got 60-pound test, which is probably a little overkill for what we're doing. But, I really buy the 60-pound for the canal and kind of use it for everything. Now, I'm going to dole out about 2 feet of line here, and we'll cut it. So what you want to do is take the fluorocarbon and go through the eye of the hook here. You want to make a loop coming back towards the eye of the hook. And then what we're going to do is make loops around the shank of the hook in the fluorocarbon here. I'm going to do about 4 to 5 of them. And then you want to pull everything tight on the shank of the hook here. So see how it wraps right around the shank? And then on the other end, I'm going to be attaching a barrel swivel. Now, sand eels are essentially like snakes. They're really active, slithering all around, and there's a lot of potential to have them tangle up your line. So you need to have a barrel swivel in your setup somewhere there. When you're dealing with the sand eels, you don't want to leave them just hanging in the air very often, or for very long, because what they'll end up doing in the air is they'll start just twisting up and catching onto their line, and eventually what they'll do is they'll mix it all up all together, and it's just about impossible to get out without having to cut it. So a good trick that I've learned is, once you have the eel on the hook, put it in the water, just above water, so that they feel like they're actually free moving and they're not going to tangle up your line here. So with the barrel swivel here, I'm going to do an improved clinch knot. Get it tight. And then lastly, I'm just going to cut the tag ends off of each end. You don't want any more than, say, a ½ inch hanging off the end here. And then what I'll do is I'll just coil up the line, put it in my tackle box, and it'll be ready for the morning. One last thing when working with eels, they are very slippery. So if you bring, say, an old rag, or I know people bring burlap sacks as well, little pieces of it to hold the eels, it's going to make your life a lot easier. And my last trick with using eels is if you put them not directly on ice, but if you have ice in the cooler and you make them, cold, they'll be a lot slower right off the bat, which is really what you want when you're trying to put them on the hook. So they really lay pretty limp until they warm up in the water, and then they'll get active. So let's see what we can do with the eels this morning, or tomorrow morning, and hope to catch some fish.
Birds diving up here, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Today we're gonna be using the live eels, like I said. You hook them, you go right in through the bottom jaw and come out one of their eye sockets for the best placement. We find that the eel can't really come off the hook if you go right through the jaw and eye socket. So that's what we're doing. Today we're using 6/0 hooks on 60-pound mono, attached to our normal 40-pound braid. Let's go give it a shot. Sam's hooked up. Oh yeah. Alright, that's a good one. Good job, Sam. Just take it slow. Don't force nothing. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh yeah, Sam's first striper, hopefully here.
Take your time with him.
On top? Oh yeah. Probably gonna be too big for the net. Nice. You don't want to come up. Oh yeah. They're real good.
Stay with us, kid. You'll get tail tire off. Don't pull too much. Just keep the tension up.
This ain't fresh water anymore, huh?
Why, perch don't feel like this?
I think it's a schoolie still.
Yeah. It's either that.
Oh yeah, Sam.
Come back.
I got
I got him in the net if you guys want.
Oh, that's a solid one, Sammy.
It may be too big though.
Well, we can at least get a nice picture.
You sure can. Holy Jesus.
Right.
What's wrong with that, kid?
Scale.
Cutter.
Good fish, Sam. Yeah, good job.
4
Alrighty.
inches. How much?
44.
44.
Help if we were in pounds, huh? Say 35 pounds.
Not bad.
Just take a quick look at me.
Yeah.
All right, give it a Sam. Oh boy.
Alright.
Bitch slap, yeah.
Yeah, you can either hug it or like grab him right there.
Yeah, we got it.
Awesome.
Let me get him. I don't know.
Great job, boys. All right.
Alrighty. Send him
Send
home.
him back.
Yeah, kiss him. He's your first fish.
Alright. Nice.
Get the line. Again.
Great work. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
He's really running. It's so hard not to just yank it. He's definitely being chased. Come on, baby. Strike it. Nice to be toying with him. He's fighting again. Come on, baby. Just take him. Yeah. He's going nuts down there. No way. He was being chased by like multiple things. That thing was going all over.
They were tapping him.
Yeah.
You can see the rod bouncing.
Right.
Oh, they were
Oh my God.
They'd shoot him up.
They're definitely attacking him. Look at that. Jesus.
Now we know why he was running for his life.
I guess so, huh? Look at that.
Oh, they mauled
Jesus.
the back end of him. Straight back.
He like wasn't fighting hard at first. I was like, okay, it's probably a keeper, but then he started like,
Then, yeah, as soon as I got him.
Dad's up. Yep. Oh, he's got a good one. That's what you love to see. Yeah. I'm reeling up. Yeah, you're over it. Just keep your rod up. Yep. You're good, Dad. Just slack. Just slack. Yeah.
I got the pole. You go around. Don, grab my pole.
Yep. Got it. Come on. Yep. Nice. Sam, what's yours?
Got it? I got it, Mike.
Got it. Alrighty. It's all good.
That's a good clip.
Still want to move
To the lawyers.
over near the rocks, Dad?
No. Why don't you get these out of the way? 'Cause he's definitely.
Sam up top. more.
Either that or we'll hire him as cameraman. Yes. Sam, what do you think the chances he's the same as yours? It's the same one. Although I don't know about this one.
Be a lucky fish.
What's that?
Be a lucky fish.
Sam almost 20.
Oh yeah. Might got you beat, Sam.
Pressure on.
Never in a million years would I think that. Yes, first time using eels. Why haven't we been doing these? Sure.
Getting line back on there really?
No.
Yeah, spool you.
It is. Am I on the clock? Anybody check? I'll be out here by Monday. Come on up. Come on up.
Later.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Solid fish.
Woo! Yeah, put that reel in the holder. Hit the bail so you let the line out. Alright. All yours. Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah, let's see if I can put it like this.
Hold it up for it.
That's on the side. Yeah.
There you go. I like that. Sam, just back up a little bit. Stay out of it.
There you go.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
Good stuff, guys.
You got
down and measure?
Yeah.
I think we're going back to that buoy. Yeah, the buoy's doing pretty good.
Damn, Sam, you beat me.
43.
Damn. Okay, how do I get this all up?
Big boy. This is awesome. Do you have them?
Yeah.
Little rock bass. Oh no, you still got your eel.
Alright, so.
Yeah, keep her.
Set?
Yep.
Alright guys, so we're gonna wrap it up. We had a great day fishing out on the Elizabeth Islands today. We caught two, good sized fish. I think my dad's was 43 and Sam's was 44, both around 35 pounds. Everything that we caught was on live eels this morning. So thanks for watching.
Yep, and follow us at Catching Z's Outdoors on both Instagram and Facebook. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thanks guys.
Good
Good
luck
luck
out there.